A few weeks ago, I completed Vipassana meditation course. It is 10 days living like a monk, isolated from your usual reality. You have no access to phones. There is a noble silence where you cannot talk with anyone else. You meditate 10 hours a day and you are separated from the opposite gender. So it was one of the most valuable and profound experiences in my life, and also one of the most challenging one. And in this video I want to talk about all the practical aspects of this course. What is it? How to prepare for it? What you need to have to get there? What you need to take? What is the schedule, the financing, and I will comment everything that's already written on the website, but from the standpoint of the person who already was at this course, and I will add my also personal opinion on these practicalities. But if you want to hear my experience of actually being there, what I expected, how it actually was, what were the results, please watch my previous video where I shared my personal experience. I hope this video will serve you as a perfect summary of Vipassana and so that you're perfectly prepared to go there and get the best results. Vipassana is one of the India's most ancient technique, and it was lost in the humanity, and it was rediscovered by Buddha 2500 years ago. Vipassana means seeing things as they are, which the whole technique is also based on. We will talk about it a bit later. I think what's important to understand that it is scientific, very practical technique, and that it is not involved in any sect or any religion. This technique is universal for any country, any religion, which makes it super applicable for anyone. It's important to understand that this 10-day course, it is not a retreat, relaxation, or vacation. It's actually work on yourself. You need to be very patient. You need to work with your emotions, with your state, and also some people leave because they cannot bear the emotions. When I was in Vipassana, from 50 people, around 7-8 people left, so quite a lot, but it depends on course to the course, so really make sure watch this video till the end to understand if you fit there. Let's talk about the technique itself. This technique is meant to purify your mind and eradicate any impurities deep down inside you. So with this technique you work on cleansing yourself until you become just a very purified person, calm, happy, free. You can radiate kindness and love to other people. I will not reveal the whole technique because it might be misinterpreted and not used correctly. But I must warn you that this technique is taught throughout all 10 days. I was very surprised that they told on 4th day that now we will slowly start learning Vipassana. I was shocked, thinking, what were we doing the first 3 days? But actually there is a preparation exercises, which is only part of Vipassana. Only on 4th day you start learning Vipassana, which is created step by step, and only in day 8, 9 you will get the full experience in Vipassana, and on day 10 you will get the end of Vipassana meditation. So it's very important to be patient and understand that the real effect can be experienced only on the last days. Vipassana can do a lot to human from their physical illnesses, because your physical state is very connected to your emotional state, but its main mission is to guide you towards total liberation and freedom, where you don't have any impurities. And by impurities you can understand any kind of negativity and things that lower your vibration. Vipassana helps to eliminate the 3 causes of unhappiness, which is craving, aversion, and ignorance, When we crave something so badly, we feel worried that we don't get it. When we get some pain, we feel bad because of this pain. And when it's ignorance, we just are not in connection with the reality. And the most important thing that this technique focuses on is practical application. They will give you only as much theory and information as much you will practice. They will not give you like all the theory and only 10% practice. No, they'll give you as much information as you need to practice. For your understanding, we were meditating 10 hours a day, and there was only like 1.5 hours of theory in the evenings. So it's very different from most of the courses, where usually courses are about you taking in information, writing it down, and then maybe someday you will practice it, which is not guaranteed. So this course is so effective because you actually are practicing it 100 hours in total. About who cannot really attend this course. So by signing up to this course, you really need to make this decision and evaluate whether you will be able to stay all 10 days. It means mostly whether your physical and mental states will be able to bear it. If you are not sure, you can even consult with your psychologist or doctor. But if you have panic attacks, if you have very deep traumas that you keep on with dealing every day, if you have anxiety and like any deeper things like depression, then really maybe start by practicing just meditation daily and see how it works for you, like daily at least half an hour, an hour. And if you are generally balanced person that sometimes just has some irritations, a bit of negativity, but it kind of fades away quite quickly, so you consider yourself a generally healthy person mentally, then yes, then you can try, and probably you will survive this experience. So not to make it also sound like something super crazy, I want to say that it's also nothing impossible. For me, one of the hardest things was to physically sit that full 1 hour or 2 hours without break. But that's it. They also teach you that pain is just pain, and that's how you practice this balance of yourself and not evaluating what you feel physically or mentally. And also just for you to understand that it's not as bad, because you don't meditate 10 hours without a stop. That's the first thing. There are breaks every hour and longer breaks like 2 hours. And you can, in the worst case, sit on a chair with a back. And there are only 3 hours a day where you need to sit without changing a pose. And even if you change, nothing bad will happen, right? There will be sessions where you may be irritated or not able to sit, and it's okay, yes? All the 10 hours a day won't be perfect, and that's normal. Just don't set unrealistic expectations that you need to be perfect Buddha meditator from day one. Maybe this will happen for you only after a year or two. So don't worry if you don't do everything perfectly, and if you set the strong intention, you will finish the course. During the course, you need to make 5 promises of not doing these 5 things: killing any being, stealing, consuming any intoxicants, any sexual activity, and telling lies. At the same time, you should abstain from practicing any other spiritual or self-development things, even yoga, any worships, any mantras. This is because you need to give a fair try to the technique. Even if you have some habit that you do every day and that helps you a lot, just for these 10 days, forget about it and fully surrender to the technique. The exception is if it's something that your doctor has prescribed to you. Also, don't worry if at any point you have some problem. For example, something starts hurting physically, you're getting ill, or you're like thinking, oh my god, I have forgotten to pay some bill or anything. You will be able to talk with the main manager. So if something like this happens, don't worry, you can always go to them with your problems. And in addition, you will have every day the opportunity to talk with the teacher who teaches this technique, assisting teacher, and ask something if it's unclear about the technique. Because all the lectures will be provided in like screen, they won't be in live. It is like recorded videos by Goenka, the main teacher, and so you won't be able to ask questions right after these lectures. You can do it in specific hours, and the assisting teacher will be able to help you with the answers. I will repeat myself about the noble silence, which means that you cannot talk with any of the other students. So as I said, only with the teacher or manager. And this is interesting because you might be living with several other students and you need to share the room, the bathroom. So my suggestion is, before the start of the course, really understand how will you split the bathroom, at which times, in which order will you go there. Make some kind of system at the day zero. Also, you have any addictions like smoking or alcohol, of course any of that is not possible, so make sure that you will be able to survive without it for at least 10 days, maybe the rest of your life. Regarding financing, this is all based on donations. When you come to the course, the previous student already paid for you, and this means that at the end you can make a donation for another person. And why the system is very important, because this creates this loop of generosity and kindness, and at the same time it ensures that the food you get, the accommodation you get, it is a gift, and you cannot start to make preferences. I didn't pay for this, or I want better. You accept all the service provided to you as it is, without turning on your ego and making choices. You need to understand that this is like a generous offer to you. And same with food, there will be a vegetarian food, and you need to accept the food that will be given there. I know that some people have worries if they will be able to just sustain from vegetarian food, but I talked with other men. It was totally easy because you really don't do any sports, and you can't really do any sports. And regarding meals, we eat one breakfast, and usually it's one type of breakfast almost every day, but depends on the location. And there is a good lunch. And then for new students, which you probably are if you watch this video, you will have a tea break with some fruits. So you don't really have full dinner, but really you don't even crave it since you don't move and you just meditate. And for meditation, it's better to have not as much food in your system. Regarding clothing, you need to take into account that the meditation hall and this whole experience is like a sacred space. And you need to dress appropriately, nothing skinny, transparent, short. So you need also to have your shoulders and knees covered. It's important, yes, because it shows like your respect. My suggestions, if you have a lot of like tank tops like me, just take, you know, some like blouses up on top, or some kind of things that you can just put on top of your shoulders, right? And if you really have everything skinny, have something that you can just tie also around your waist, and that will cover your legs and hips. For laundry, usually there will be available at least some laundry products, or you can just wash by hands, but don't expect to have washing machines and like a full good experience to wash your clothes. So take enough of the things, or just wash with your hands. I wash some things with my hands. Also, you are not allowed to do anything else in terms of entertainment. You cannot listen to music, to read, or even write. All you can do is just walk. There will be space in nature. Yes, walk, sleep, eat, wash your clothes, clean up. That's all the activities you can do. It's an amazing dopamine detox. In terms of what to take, you don't need really to take a lot of meditation pillows because they will be there, so don't take additional things, only if it's something specific. But what was useful for me, I took a meditation chair that is specific for meditation, and it was like a savior for me. It was very comfortable. I put it and on top another pillow, and it was much more comfortable and easier to hold your back. And there are two poses that are stable for you to sit the whole hour. It's either a classic meditation pose or the one where you sit and your legs are behind. I will put a photo. So I was sitting in the second pose. It's also for your knowing, because actually no one explains the poses. And yes, you need to try to hold your back straight, but I wasn't doing it all the time. And regarding things to take with you, yes, don't take any things for entertainment, yes, any food. You can take self-care products, yes, you'll have time to make mask if you want in the break. I suggest you take different socks, warmer and thinner, because you will wake up very early at 4 in the morning, and even if the weather is hot in general, in the morning it will be probably very cold, no matter in which country you are, I guess. And the same with clothing, take different layers, different things to combine, because you don't know how hot or warm it will be. Also take some kind of slippers to go around your room. For me, it was also very useful to have this clock that I could use, because you couldn't use phone, and on the clock I could at least see the time, which was very comforting, and I didn't need to go to the main place to all the time check time. And it's nice to have also some kind of makeup, clothes. So in the last day you're already so tired of just looking and living like a monk that you want to dress up. So I suggest also to take something good looking in the end. And now some other useful things could be mosquito repellent, some torch if you are, especially during the times where it can be night or getting darker in the evenings. Definitely take a lip balm for meditation, it's very important, and water bottle or thermos. It was amazing to measure how much water I drink. And I will put a picture of the schedule here, but yes, we wake up at 4 a.m., which is crazy, I know, but you really get used to this after a few days. And we go to sleep around 9-10, have 2 breaks for eating, 1 break for tea, and small breaks in between just to unwind from meditation and all the mental work. And about transportation, there will be a link where you will be able to request to drive with someone, so maybe it will be useful for you. I didn't find anyone to go with to that place, but I found a person from my country going back to home. So yes. So if you feel like this experience is for you, the next step will be just going to their website. I will link it down below in my description, and find the location that is appropriate to you, whether it's in your country or a nearby country, and check dates. And what's important is to look when is the application date, and really put alarm, put a notification, because spaces are booked super fast, sometimes in minutes. That's why it's important to check it right away. Then you will need to fill up all the application form. Be patient, there's a lot of questions. And then you will in 2 weeks receive a confirmation or not confirmation. And once you're confirmed, yes, then you just need to start preparing for it. And I really suggest to start practicing regularly a few months before if you're not doing it already, and then you'll be really fine. So again, watch my video where I share my personal experience about Vipassana, and I hope that it will be as life-changing as it was for me. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye!